Good evening. Happy Friday. It's Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, I want to talk about some rumors. Rumors. The talk. What are people saying around town about Yonkers politics? Join me.
Freddy.
I am Freddy Vazquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, Friday night rumors. The talk of the town. What are people saying? Well, we'll discuss. Good evening, folks. Let's talk about the mayor's race, the council race, and who's going to jail. Yeah, somebody's going to jail. At least that's what they're saying. Who's that? Anyway, folks, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me, or thank you for watching whenever you do decide to watch. I appreciate it. I want to just recap last night's episode. It was part 2 of my CPS and family courts series. I will have some other guests on, hopefully soon, to discuss their story. Another heartbreaking story. This one's very heartbreaking. But I just want to mention that, what was said last night, a lot of that stuff was, from my guest experience. She has shown me some documentation. I did see text messages to verify a lot of the things that she said. She does have a website. You can go on, check it out if you want to find out more information. I was very shocked by some of the stuff that I read in text messages. So, I believe her. I mean, the tears were real. She was very upset, crying, hasn't seen her children. I mean, can only imagine if you're a parent. And again, I will be having more guests on, other guests who have not seen the child in years. When they come to speak with me, they break down and cry. And it's heartbreaking to see people in that, going through that. It's very, very heartbreaking. So check out for part 3. I will be posting information on that. But tonight, let's talk about rumors. It's Friday. Hope you guys are joining me and not going out and drinking, right? It's not responsible. Just kidding. Anyway, folks, there's a lot of talk in the town. A lot of talk. People are talking about the elections. I mean, not even this election. The election is coming up. I know we got a couple here. The Nader Sage versus Mike Breen election. I think that's the one I'm really watching. But next year's election, we are going to see seats for District 1, 3, and 5 open up. And also the seat for mayor. Everybody's on it. Everybody's going to jump in unless they say if the mayor somehow runs again. However, the mayor was at a Hyatt Association, is that how you say it correctly, a meeting when he was meeting with residents there, and he was asked the question, was he running again? And the mayor said no. He just, he said, I'm tired. That's what he said. He said, I'm tired. And he looked tired. I don't know if he had a long day that day, but he looked tired. And I've been hearing that he's done. He does not want to run again. He did say that last time. However, he was roped in. He's ready to go relax and retire maybe, or some are saying county executive. I believe that's a position that his father had at one point. So, but that's what I've heard. I don't know how, true any of it is, really. It's people just talking. But we'll have to wait and see, really, to see what's actually going to happen. It's all a ploy. That's what a lot of people are saying. It's all a ploy. And they base that on the fact that the mayor said that last time. He said he was not going to run again. He was done. And then the council went and, extended the term limits, and he ran again. Many people are saying that a lot of what he's doing and the speeches that he's given are of a man who's campaigning. He says he's still, well, not he, but the city still has more work to get done. So does he want to be the man that sees that through? Is that what, will be the outcome? He will run on the fact that he started it, he needs to finish it. Right? And the council, I mean, I don't think there'll be any problems if they want to, eliminate, from what I hear, term limits. I think they're going to go with it. I mean, I don't see why. Have they ever shown us anything different? But listen, if the mayor decides to run again, a lot of people are not going to enter the race. A lot of people are going to say, I'm not going to waste my time and money. So would you vote for the mayor again if he ran, if term limits were eliminated? Do you even want to see term limits eliminated? Are you okay with that? Voters approved twice term limits in the 90s. It's 2022. We're going into 2023. We shall see. Will it be Mayor Mike Spano running again, or will it be a completely new set of folks? Well, not new, because many of them that are going to jump in have been in politics here in the city of Yonkers and Westchester for, all their lives, all their careers, as professional career politicians. But we'll be see a lot of people. I'm talking Chuck Lesnick, William Terrero, Wilson Kimball, Tom Meyer, Corazon Pineda. Am I leaving anybody out? I heard also Tasha Diaz was thinking about throwing her hat into the ring. And Mike Cater, it's a possibility. I believe he's going to run again. No, he's not told me. No, he hasn't. But I believe he is. Why would he not? He had a good chance. A lot of people like Cater. I think he's going to run regardless if, Mike Spano's in that race or not. Would you vote for Mike Cater if he were running? Freddy Vazquez for mayor. How many people would vote for me? I'm just curious. No, they said no term limits. That is why Sabatino took it upon himself not to ask the residents their opinion. They said no term limits? What do you mean? Oh, no, they said no term limits. That is why Sabatino, I know Elizabeth Marie, I would say, you were there at the meeting. Let me know what you mean by that. But, if Mike Cater were to enter, I mean, I want to know because, I believe he's going to enter the race. I think he still has a good shot. The last time I spoke to him, which was a while ago, I said, you should enter. You should enter the race. But he's still dealing with the case that was brought upon him by the Inspector General, Liam. Come on, Liam. Enough already, man. It's not like we don't all, well, I mean, I'm just starting to get to know you guys, but you guys all know each other, man. Remember, we used to play stick ball. We used to, wear each other's sneakers. But come on, Liam. I mean, what's going on with that? But if he were to enter the race, and I think he should, and I told him you should, and I also told him that you should just show the evidence. I said, show it, Mike. Show it. Let them know, look, this is BS. Show it. I see it. Show it. And let's get to, but I'm hearing that, that it's a possibility Mike may enter, but I already think that. And I think he's going to enter the race. And no, he did not say that to me. No, he did not. And he shouldn't tell anyone if that was the case, if he was running. But I strongly believe that he is because he has a good chance. So if anybody, I want to know, who would you vote for? Who would you vote for mayor? Would you vote for me? Anybody give me a vote? How many people will vote for me? Because I definitely would go in there and look to clean things up. So there would be like this whole, people that, are in the system now, they're going to be, because I would go. That's what I would do. Not looking to make money. I would actually donate my salary. How about that? You vote for me. I will donate my yearly salary to wherever the majority of the people of Yonkers wanted to go to. The schools, programs. I will. I'll do it for free. I'll take $1. What is $1? Like Mike Bloomberg? I'll take it for $1 if you vote for me. I promise you that. I won't even take the salary. I won't. And I'll go in there and I'll clean it up. I will clean that place up. Right? Not saying I'm going to stop the progress. We're moving along. But, and I'll be the type of mayor that will walk up and down the street. I mean, I would do that almost every day. I mean, that's my job, right? What else I got to do? right? Besides go to meetings and stuff, right, at City Hall, I would go to every neighborhood. I'd go and just hang out, see some kids there, hey, just post up with them. I don't know. I don't understand why any politicians don't do anything like that, right? I don't think that would be so cool. Just be cool, just hanging out. Hey, look, who's the mayor? He's walking down the street. Hey, what's up, guys? Just thought I'd check out the neighborhood, see what's going on over here, right? I'm just saying. Freddy for mayor. Yeah, thank you. You got my William. Listen, I got one vote. Listen, I'm flattered just by that, because even to even have anyone say that to me, I'm honored. But you know, we really need to do something though. We definitely need to make a right decision. We have to pay attention to these elections, and this is why I'm doing this. I want as many people to come out and vote. Don't be jaded. No longer, say forget it. What's the point? No, there is a point, and we're going to make sure that we monitor as best possible the elections, because about the whole going up to Westchester Board of Elections to grab 5 ballots per person. You guys know all about that, right? You can go and grab a bunch of ballots that are not yours. So we got to monitor that stuff. We really have to monitor that stuff. Our money is the city's money. No, the city's money is our money. Is that what you mean? Did you say? Is that what you're saying? We get paid when the city is fixed. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about as an elected official? Nah, listen, I wouldn't even don't even pay me. Just donate it to where it needs to go, right? Where we need money. I'll shake things up. The first thing I would do is start to trim the fat. There's a lot of fat, a lot of grease. I'll be making a lot of grease. I'll be trimming that fat, because there's a lot of areas we can cut back. And I'm not talking about the schools. I'm not talking about teachers, which, by the way, shout out to my wife, who got an amazing evaluation today at her job. But I mean, makes sense. She's been doing amazing. People have been coming up to her and saying how great she's doing. They appreciate the fact that she walks around and, greets everybody by name. She knows everybody. All the students love her. She actually attended the prom recently because a student there, the staff were concerned. They were kind of concerned about her going to, the prom and stuff, and how she may be at the prom. And, I worked at school, so we would have students talk, oh, you watch them, but since my wife has an awesome relationship with her, she went to the prom and she danced the night away with this student. Made her night, So, and she did the YMA Idol. Anyone who went or saw it, that was my wife. She had some help. I'm not going to say she didn't have help, but that she brought that to the school, along with the other programs that she's doing with kids, doing life skills, where she's taking them out of the school to go to the store and different places just to learn how to, go out into the community and, engage, different aspects of the community. And that's something I would do with an organization called Family Services of Westchester, right? We take kids just to simply show them how to order food at a restaurant, right? Basic skills. But, some people have some, struggles with learning that and gaining that right away for many reasons. So she did that stuff, and she's looking to bring other much needed services. So shout out to my wife on your amazing evaluation. But it was, if people are calling, telling you that and stuff like that, saying all these amazing things, I got people that know her now, parents that have their children at the school who were like, yo, your wife is great. She's amazing. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's just that's what she does. So shout out to you, babe. Well-deserved evaluation. Amazing. We must register the youth. Absolutely. So we are going to be doing voter registration drives very soon. Very soon. We're going to be having some cool events, and at those events we will be doing voter registration drives. So it's very important that if you're not registered, you have to get registered to vote. I talk to everybody about it. I go into the drive-through. I was at Taco Bell the other day, right? I don't eat that stuff, but I was going to do a podcast. Let me grab some quick talk. And I told the girl at Taco Bell, are you registered to vote? You need to vote. She looked at me like, okay, just here, take your tacos and get out of here. Make sure they get to the polls. Yeah, we will do that. We're going to do a lot of different things, and I'm not going to say everything, because there's people out there that are going to be opposing this, right? They're going to be trying to stop this. But we're going to do things, to make sure that, we stay on top, you know what I mean? Things is right. Because there are a lot of ways that, especially with the petitions, right? They will challenge petitions. So you don't want to have to go to court because they're challenging your petitions, saying that they're no good. And that's a strategy, a common strategy that they do all the time. And people say, oh, that's just part of it. It shouldn't be part of it. It should be a legitimate reason. If you legitimately, feel like the signatures petition is no good, then yes. But if it's just a strategy to get people off a ballot, that's not okay. Yes, Andrea is very personal. She is someone who sincerely cares. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know her, and she's great. She's amazing. That's what she does. Like I get jealous a little bit. I try not to be the jealous husband because I think she treats her job better than me. It's just our secret. Don't tell her I said that. Congratulations to her. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, William. So who will you vote for mayor? And we have to really consider this decision, and we all must come out. And if you're not registered, check out the Yonkers Democrats United. We will be doing events and registering people to vote. Now, District 3, I want to start there. That's Tasha Diaz, Majority Leader Tasha Diaz. She's on the outs. Listen, Tasha, I'm not making this up, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize to you. I've been a little hard on you, and now I'm actually feeling a little, bad for it because they're coming for you. Damn. And I feel a little bad now because, I was mad, like you're supposed to be on our side. You're supposed to be helping us, and you weren't, and you were on their side, and I just was like, come on, it's not cool. And I was out here, look, I was supporting you, Tasha. You never mentioned that. I was out there day one supporting you when nobody else was. Yonkers Voice wasn't out there covering your food drives in the beginning. I was shouting you out. You know what happened? You lied to me. You lied to me the day of the vote when you voted no. I was walking down the stairs with you. That's the last time we spoke. And you said I think you said you're gonna come on my show. I don't know. I think we met. But and then I believed it. I thought I said no, I was defending you. People said, oh, she killed the house. I said, no, she didn't. No, she didn't do that. I did get there late. But then I felt stupid. You made me feel stupid. So, but now I feel bad because they're coming for you. And what I'm hearing, shout out to my boy London Reyes, but I hear that Zahi Jerris is gonna be back in London Reyes. Listen, I got to talk about it. I got to be fair across the board. Got to talk about it. I hear that Tasha Diaz is high maintenance. She's high maintenance. That's what they say. She has called up Zahi and cursed him out in his face. Argued with him over how her campaign money was going to be spent. She's cursed Vinny Spano out. She cursed Corazon Pineda out. I already told you what she called her. And people are just tired of it. They don't want to deal with it no more. So now they back in LR. That's what people are saying. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. And it makes sense because they think that LR is going to be running against her anyway. Might as well get ahead of it, get them on their side. Right? That makes sense. I don't know if that's all the way true. I'm just thinking strategy. But that's what I'm hearing. And Tasha, you're arguing over spending campaign money that you don't even raise. You know they raised that for them. Can't be arguing with them over their money that they raised through you for them. Come on. And then what you said about Sammy, how you put him on blast at that meeting, that was a wrong move. That was a wrong move. A lot of people like Sam Borelli. That was a wrong move. That was a wrong move. And for that, sayonara. Look, we already got people supporting London Better Run. I told them. My God is an awesome God. He sure is. God is great all the time. Wait until I hear what I have to say, Freddy. Well, I'm waiting for you. You can come call me right now and tell me it all. Let's go, London. Look at that, London. There you go. I told you, baby. I've been telling you that from the beginning. Bye, Tasha. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, shit. I almost knocked my light down. Goodbye. Sorry, the studio lights. Almost knocked my light out. But yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So I think London has a great shot. I think he has a great shot at beating her. I said, London Reyes, go for 3. That's all you all day, baby. And somebody must have been hearing my strategy. I have to make sure my house isn't bugged, my studio here. And now they're backing us, what I'm hearing. And they're giving a lot of support. They're giving a lot of support. And I'll let you figure it out. That's all I got to say about that. London can do it without Zahi. I think so. I believe so. But hey, all the help you could get, right? It's like almost a guarantee thing if you have Zahi behind you. And at this point, London may want guarantees. You know what I'm saying? 1, District 1. We need an African American for District 1. That's what the word on the street is. I don't want to put out the too much, but here's some good things that are happening for District 1. Shout out to District 1. That movement has my support. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And District 5, I'm hearing Mr. Ron Matten has District 5 almost on lock, like it's all his. It's all Mr. Ron Matten. And I say it that way because you have to pronounce the T's. It's not D's. Ron Matten. All day he's got that wrapped up. I mean, he deserves it. He earned it. Right? He's been playing his part. He's been paying his dues. And I see other people playing their dues. I'm watching you. I see you playing your dues, homie. It's all good. Ain't no shame in that. Not talking about Ron, someone else. There's no shame in that, guy. I see you making the rounds now. You figured out that's the way, right? Fuck it, right? Excuse my language. Anyway, Ron earned that. And, I believe in my heart of hearts that Ron, and I don't want to keep bringing this up, Ron, but I just got to mention it's a part of history. It's a part of Yonkers political history now. You wrote that letter to the council that supposedly, because I don't think it was your letter, Ron. They were looking for anything. But you knew that, right? But you knew that, though. And so that letter to the council is what sparked the investigation into Mike Cater. Although I hear there's a second letter that was not signed by Anthony Moranti. Moranti, are you a good guy on the low? Me and you got to have some coffee sometime. Right? Well, I hear Moranti, people I don't like what you said about the Pride Festival. Although I didn't disagree with you, Moranti. And I'm a Puerto Rican Democrat. Right? But I hear some people. Anyway, that's what I heard today. Actually, I heard a lot of people supporting you personally, but I heard today some other people were not upset. But so Ron Matten earned that District 5 seat. He played his part. He did his dues, right? He paid his dues. I should say he did his dues. He paid his dues, and that's what you have to do sometimes. And now he's probably going to go unopposed for District 5. And that's what you get. You got it, and that's why I'm getting a hard time because I don't do those things. I'm getting a hard time. So, yeah, I think Ron Matten's got it solo. Do I hear there's someone that's going to be, coming out no matter what? No matter what, this person for District 5, I'm not going to say who, Democrat, and I'll let you guys figure it out when it happens. So, yes, Corazon for mayor. What do you guys think? What do you think about my heart? Corazon. She's throwing her hat in the ring no matter what. She's going for the gusto. She's going for the gusto. It doesn't matter. So she's in it. She's in it to win it. Are you voting, or would you consider voting for Corazon Pineda, the councilwoman out of District 2? I like Corazon. I like her too. I think. Just kidding. I would vote for her. Would you vote for her? All right, if it was Mike Spano in the primaries, let's say, Spano, Cater, or Corazon? Because to me, those are the top three. Unless you guys really want me, then I'll run. I promise. No, but those, to me, those are the three. Who would you vote for out of those three? I also hear Wilson Kimball. Did I mention Wilson Kimball? No, I mentioned Wilson Torero. Wilson Kimball will be running. She's been meeting with campaign strategists. She's been talking to different people, sipping some coffee, strategizing, figuring out how she's going to do this. But Wilson Kimball is not reflective of our community. I'm going to say it in the nicest way possible, okay? Wilson Kimball is not reflective of our community here in the city of Yonkers. It's a total disconnect. I mean, I don't see why that would even be an option. But I strongly believe that they really want her, if not Spano. If Mike Spano doesn't run again, which I don't know, but listen, I think it's going to be Wilson. I don't think it's going to be Tom Meyer. I don't think so. Wilson Kimball. That's who I believe. But again, there's a disconnect there. I mean, there's going to be a complete change in the city of Yonkers if that were to happen. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Yes, Shelley Mayer. Cater has my vote. She has been an honest councilwoman, and something tells me she's got a raw deal. Who's that? A Corazon? If Spano is out, Shelley will run. What about Shelley Mayer, though? What do you think about? I like Shelley, Senator Shelley Mayer. Excuse me. I like Senator Mayer. Nice woman. I've met her. Nice, always nice. Has a smile. But I mean, why would we vote for any of these people, right? Let me be honest. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying why? Really, why? What is it about them, any of them, that would make you vote for them? Really, I want to know an answer. What's a legitimate reason to vote for any of them? I would love to know. Wilson Bimbo is not running for anything other than under the sheets. Ooh. Who is Wilson Kimball? Exactly. Wilson Kimball heads up Macy's. She is the head of the Municipal Housing Authority for the city of Yonkers, the boss, as they say, of the city council president. She works over at Macy's, but she wants it. She's actually, really looking into it. She wants it. She really wants it. We need an entire new ballot. I agree. I completely agree with that. I don't think that anyone from, the political past. I mean, we don't need no ghost of, political past showing up. I mean, no disrespect to nobody, but Chuck Lesnick, why would you even come out to run? Why? This is what I understand. This is why we need to think about how we're going to make a decision for this individual, right? We would just vote for a Chuck Lesnick for what? There's a disconnect there. I mean, why? Where's Chuck Lesnick at? Right? Where's he at? Right? So, and again, Wilson Kimball, I guess you could say, well, I was the head of, municipal housing. I was the head of the, waterfront, downtown waterfront development thing. I was the head of this. I was the head of that. But you also have a history. Not a good one, according to the New York State Inspector General. So that, there's a disconnect there. This woman's a millionaire, multimillionaire. I don't know for sure or not, but I think she may be related some way to some top guy up at Con Edison. Corazon would be awesome. Shelley is too old. Corazon would be awesome. We need fresh faces with fresh new ideas. I completely agree. I completely agree. And again, I like Corazon, I like she's Latina, but I would never vote for someone because of their race, ethnicity. Never. It would be nice. It'd be nice to see that, being but I don't want to see it just to see that, to be the first, whatever. I just, with Corazon, I don't understand why District 2 looks like that. And maybe you can help me explain. So that way I can say, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay, I get it now, right? That's all I'm saying. I go over there the other day and, yeah, it looked like a third world country. I mean, sometimes I got to really catch myself. It looked like a third world country. It did. I mean, it was a mess, all on the sidewalks, the trash. And listen, yes, the residents need to be responsible for their trash. But not all of it was put in the cheap bags. I see some bags that were just ripped open, black bags, maybe by cats and raccoons and rats. And there was like this liquid running along the curb that looked like coffee. It was the color of coffee. And the stench throughout the area was just bad. You can't just only focus on the nice area of District 2, right? Over there by Indivisible, where Eileen O'Connor, I hear, runs it. But watch out, Eileen. They're coming for you, I hear. I hear they're coming for your ward. Eileen, they're coming for your ward. Indivisible. Freddy would beat Rue. What do you mean beat Rue and what? Don't say anything about fighting him, Rue, because then they're going to say that I'm threatening this guy. They're trying to say anything. Freddy, Corazon's got in the raw end of the deal. She does not have the support she deserves in the council. Yeah, but you know what, though? I understand that, but check this out. I went there. I posted it. I did a little video about it, and the next day it was clean. And I've done that several times now. The next day it gets clean. So, and I'm not elected. I'm not the representative there. So just that simple act goes a long way. And that's what I mean. Like, you need to be in the community. Not just when you're doing a food distribution or some event, but on a regular basis. If you if I represent you, I'm here with you. Yeah, what's up, guys? Come here. You guys are with me. I'm representing you. Right? That's just how I see it. But there's a disconnect. We vote these people and then they're just nowhere to be found. It's just where are they? Look at this. What's going on? There was a fire hydrant laying sideways over there in District 2. It was fixed after I said something about it. And the woman that lived in the building right directly in front of it, or behind, whatever you want to look, right? She said it's been. I go. I'm going to try to get. She goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm going to try to get this fixed." That's what I said to her. She goes, "They're not going to fix it. It's been like that for a long time." That's what she said. But then they fixed it the next day after I said something about it. So you see how easy that is? And you're the council person. You call up DPW. Hey, Tom, I need you to come fix a fire hydrant because that's dangerous. Right? If we can't put the fire out because the fire hydrant is broken and it takes us a while to locate another hydrant, more than one building can burn. It's very important that don't happen. And I've seen that happen, actually, with fire hydrants in Mount Vernon not working. So it's that simple. It's just that simple. It's the same thing with our House Speaker and VP. The districts, they are in terrible conditions when they had them hard to understand how people actually vote. Stop voting with emotions and start voting with knowledge. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I asked, what is it why would you vote for them? Give me a specific reason. Why? What have they done that is worthy of your vote? Because guess what? Your vote is valuable. Okay? You don't just give your vote. It's like your virginity, right? You don't give it to anybody. Unless if you're a guy. I'm just kidding. No, but it is. It's valuable. You want to make sure that if you're going to vote, you're going to give that precious vote, because so many people have fought and died just so you can do that. You got to make sure that you take care of that vote, right? You nurture that vote. Take care of it. And you make the right decision, because ultimately there's going to be consequences for your vote, right? So we have to understand, why are we voting for this person? What have they done? Are they going to be someone that's going to get things done? Or have we heard this before? And it should be very easy with many of them, because they've been in politics for so long now. We have a track record to analyze and assess. So for the past, 10, 20, however long they've been involved in politics, what have they done that's significant, if anything? We have to think about that. And that's why I do basement politics. People say, why are you so negative, Freddy? I mean, that's all there is. Give me something positive, right? Besides the food distribution. right? And I'm telling you what's out there. And unfortunately, it's negative. It's negative. They have cars and aides, but yet they Zoom into meetings and don't do any community engagement. Exactly. Exactly. That's so true. Why are they doing Zoom meetings when they have vehicles? The pandemic, as Tasha Diaz said, is over. Especially some of those individuals like a Michael Sabatino, who's getting paid $100,000. And what does he really do? What is he actually? What is this man? This is what I would do as mayor. I honestly, I would. I'd be like, what are you doing? Let me see what you've been doing. What have you been doing? Nothing? Fired. Now I would say to, human resource or whoever, that job is getting cut to $60,000. Okay? Because that's not a $120,000 job. And we need the money in the city. So I'm going to hire somebody who would be appreciative of having a city job at $60,000 and is going to work their ass off and do that job amazing. I would get that person to take that job. And now I just save the city $60,000 a year. Now, where else can I go do that? Maybe he goes to see his husband, who's getting another $90-some thousand doing some equity something that I don't even know what the heck that is. And what is he doing? And is that position even necessary? Can you just save the entire amount? And if you can, that's $150,000 right there. You see that? It's that simple. But we have to know who we're voting for. Sabatino brought the legislation to help the mayor run again. The job is his reward for being a criminal, right? $120,000 reward to do nothing. He can't even come to City Hall to do his job. He's always on a Zoom. Always. I don't get that. Freddy, you are an asset, right? I thought you were going to say I'm an ass because I've heard that many times too. Thank you. I appreciate it. People making positions up to create a payroll. Right. So how many positions have just been created that can be eliminated if you vote for the right person? A person that's truly going to go up in there and do that, because that is their sole objective. Someone who's done it all. I've done it all. I've had the money. I've driven the nice cars. I've had the nice homes with the elevators. It's old already. You know what's cool? Helping people, making a difference. That's more meaningful. I had to learn that, going through some horrible experiences, but I learned it. I did, So the food guru. I like the food guru's mom. She's very nice to me. I would vote for myself because I have literally been the change I feel the community needs to see. I have big plans for Yonkers either way. I lead with God first, with integrity and knowledge of my city and what is needed. Sounds like you're campaigning already there, Maddie. Sounds like you're campaigning. I think you should consider running for a spot. Yeah, they're going to really come at me. I was joking the other day. I said, honey, I got to get me a gun license, right? And a bulletproof vest. If I don't, I'm ready, like, they'll do basement politics. So people kind of, I guess they recognize me. So they say, hi, hey, and I'm like, dang, I got to watch what I do. I can't pick my nose when I'm driving anymore, but, it would be something that's significant, a position where I can truly go in there and do something, right? I would hate to be limited and then feel like I'm restrained. And now I gotta, like, dang, I can't, so it definitely, it would have to be something that I could really like, yo, I'm the boss. I'm running this. This is what's up, guys. Okay. And you better be here on time, City Hall. Okay. I'm serious. I would do it. They would hate me. Freddie, you have a chance to Freddie have no, I have not. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you reminded me of that. I just been going so crazy because I got several projects going on, especially my own daycare center, which it's done. Pretty much it's done now. We just got to do some final cosmetic touches or whatever, get my dad to get the final inspection so they can issue the new C of O, and not going to get rocking and rolling. And then I, have some client stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm have a client that I'm having lead and asbestos, removed. You have to do asbestos abatement and stuff like that. So it's been a little crazy. But I'm gonna get into it for sure. Pedo story. Yeah, I definitely want to look into that because we want to expose those individuals. They're very dangerous. They're very dangerous individuals, and especially now that they try to call me some child. Okay, I'm going to come after you. How dare you, pedophile and other pedophile? Because if you go on Brian Harrod's page, he has some Instagram page that he tried to follow me. He did actually, and I blocked him the other day on my Instagram. Why are you following me, guy? You're talking about me. You're calling me mentally unstable and all this other stuff. You're bringing my wife in, but yeah, you want to follow me. And they say I'm following them. No, I'm blocking you guys because they keep reporting my page. That's why I have so many pages. But anyway, he tried to follow me with this page. I looked at the pictures and the videos, and one where it was this guy that did something where he pulled his thing out of the boy's butt. I don't know. So I'm like, maybe this guy's also, he never leaves his house. He's in front of his computer all day. What is he doing? So, that the mayor's race is something we have to seriously think about. We absolutely seriously have to put a lot of thought into it. And hopefully there will be some good candidates out there. There'll be some new, fresh faces. You hear that, Yonkers? Anyone out there in Yonkers? They're looking for new, fresh faces. The people are ready for change. They're ready for change. I would definitely love to run, but they might come and shoot me. I might get JFK'd. At the very least, I might get arrested. That's right. I hear that I might be arrested. It's sad that these individuals are trying every possible thing to hurt me. And I see what they're doing, and I'm setting myself up, and I already have set things up to counter their actions. And I'm not crazy, folks. I know they try to say he's mentally crazy. He thinks that people are. No, this is very true. Look behind me. Why would someone send that to me? And I hear some of those documents, you have to have some access in order to get them. If I were crazy, why would someone send this to me to support exactly what I've been saying? I'm not crazy at all. I'm crazy maybe for thinking that I can do this podcast and really make some change. But I've seen some amazing things happen in my life, so I believe it. But people are going around saying that I'm going to get arrested. Very recently, there was a conversation being had about me. This was around the time when Brian Harrod put the child pornography post about me, and some individuals, prominent, were talking about me getting arrested for the child pornography. But fortunately, well, I don't say fortunately, I want to say thankfully, I had some people there. I know people as well. And some of the people I know are very well respected, prominent individuals. And they were there to defend Freddy Vazquez. They witnessed this. And it's coming from Team Zahi Jeris. I'm documenting everything for what it's worth. I put my attorney on notice for what it's worth. And just like with the Brian Harrod post, I like to get ahead of things and put it out there. So when it happens, you can say he was right, because I mentioned that Brian Harrod would do something like that. But they're trying to find a way to get me jammed up with the law, to hurt my, at this point, they're not doing that anymore. But they are hacking into my wife's computer, her work account. Only person that got hacked. Only person in the entire building that had her work email hacked. So everything's being documented. I'm watching everything. And I'm on the offense as well, just in case. And I say that because I want them to know. We could go to war. I'd rather not, but I have no problem going. Or we can learn to coexist. Because what I'm simply trying to do is bring some positive change to this community. I mean, do you really think that the performance by some of our council members is okay? Is that reflective of the city that we want to be? And we all know what's up. We all know what's going on already. We just don't know the details. We don't know all the exact connections and how it's being connected, but it's going to be coming out little by little. Just takes a little digging, little determination, right? But we could be friends. We can coexist and we could work together. That's what I prefer. Or we can do it how you prefer to do it. But I suggest you stop going around saying that to that individual, because that is slander. And I have witnesses. And I have to put it out there, because don't play with my life and my freedom. It's not something that you're going to truly want to get involved in. Because I'm not going to go away that easy. That's going to make me more determined than ever. And it's just going to make you have to constantly be concerned. And I don't mean that in a threat of harm. I mean that I will expose you. And I will legally tie you up. Because I don't care about winning. But I will harass you through the courts. Just like you're trying to harass me, or you are harassing me. You don't want Freddy Vazquez to speak of you? Then get out of politics. Or do a good job. It's up to you. But I'm Freddy Vazquez, and this is Basement Politics. And we're going to continue what we do, because we are not afraid of you. Thank you to everyone who supports me. Thank you to those who send me information. Please send me everything. Send me everything. You could be anonymous. Send it to me. You tired of it? Send it to me. You tired of the corrupt individuals at family court? Send it to me. Tired of corrupt officials, elected officials? Send it to me. Tired of your boss who's corrupt? Send it to me. Your husband is a pedophile? Send it to me. But I'm not playing no games, folks. And don't let the people fool you up above you that are getting you to do these things, because you are a low-level individual. Okay? Don't think what they did recently for you means they like you. So go down that road if you want. It's just going to be a big mess. Say, listen, maybe we should just be nice with Fred. Let's just work with him. That's it. That's all he wants. Right? I'm Freddy Vazquez. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. Those are the rumors. Who will you vote for mayor? That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. However, the council seats are also a big deal. Right? Very big deal. I'm going to be highly involved. I want you to be involved as well. You have to make sure we come out and vote, and make sure we make the right decision. Make sure we attend these events. I'm going to be doing events, voter registration drives, let people know. If you're not registered, come on out. If you are, come out anyway. Let's get involved. Let's meet. Let's unite. And I'm going to be finding different locations to do them. So very soon, I'm trying to put that together. I mean, I'm looking for a team. I'm looking for folks, but I will do it by myself. There's some individuals helping me. I'm not going to say, but I'm looking for more folks. But we're going to keep doing it. But the more, the merrier. So anyone interested in joining us, Check us out at YonkersDemocratsUnited.com. On the page, you can find the contact info to reach out. Again, we're looking for members and board members, right? Because the Yonkers Democratic Committee, they allow a convicted, politically corrupt individual who was convicted for it operate with impunity in that committee, in that organization. Why us Democrats who are tired of it, of the corruption, even want to be involved? They're playing this ward game and district game now, where they're trying to take over the wards through district leaders and all that. Eileen O'Connor, they're coming for your ward. They're coming for your ward. Anyway, folks, let me know if you have anything that I should know about. Email me at politicswithfred@gmail.com. Politicswithfred@gmail.com or politicwithfred@gmail.com. Either one. Check out the website. Soon we'll be live streaming on there, www.basementpoliticsunfiltered.com. I got a lot of different things going on, right? But I'm looking for folks who are ready to make this happen. Come join the movement. We're looking for folks. So listen, if you're not a Democrat, it's okay, right? It's okay. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Democrat because actually I was an independent. But I recently switched to Democrat because it's a numbers game, right? It really is. That's really what it's about. And that's why people were Republican at one point and now they're Democrat. We shouldn't really vote on party either. Because at the end of the day, party is all about division. That's what it's there for. It's to cause more division. Think about everything they talk about on the news these days. It's all about division, race, transgender and LGBTQ community, gun control, Roe versus Wade. Why don't they talk about the fact that our prices on gas are going so high that some people can't even drive their car no more? I'm seeing more and more people on those scooters. Cost of food is going up. Why aren't they talking about Infamil all day long? How is it that we don't have Infamil? And folks, we have to realize that we truly are not really independent individuals. If the system were to shut down, what would you do? Can you produce your own food? Can you produce your own shelter, your own clothing? What would you do for your child if you had no Infamil? Think about that. It's very real. If everything was to shut down and you couldn't go to the grocery store or go to Macy's, you couldn't buy a home because no one's selling it or a contractor isn't building it, what would you do? What would you do? So we got to think about that, got to make sure that we wrote the right people in. Otherwise, we're screwed. So this shouldn't matter about Democrat, Republican. It should matter what the person is there to do. And are they truly going to do it? Right? And if there's someone that's been in politics for a very long time, have they done anything? And if the answer is no, then they should not get your vote. That's it. Bottom line, point blank, period. I'm Freddy Vazquez. I'm up out of here. See you later, alligators. Hopefully my wife is still up. I like to go up there and chill with my wife, but then she's like sleeping already. She's always so tired. And I just spend the night alone. Baby, I help you up. Fatality. She gets a break. She does a lot. Thank you, folks. I'm Freddy Vazquez. I appreciate you guys supporting me. I appreciate those who said, for mayor. I mean, I'm flattered just even the thought. But we definitely have to really consider who we're going to vote for. All the elections, District 1, 3, and 5, unless you're cool with Matt and being in 5. London Ray is going to be in 3. 1, they're working on that. That's what I hear. And the mayor. The mayor's big. That's the big one, folks.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez.
I was going to be an independent. You know the honest truth? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to just be honest. Why I switched. I was independent, right? But they said that would prevent me from engaging in certain things, because I was an independent and not maybe a Democrat, right? I can participate in primaries, right? So I think that's important for me to be able to participate and have more a more ability to participate in stuff and have more influence. So that's kind of why I did it, you know. But honestly, I was independent because I'm in the middle. You got too far left, too far right. There's no bueno. We all have to be in the middle because at the end of the day, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, you know, you're fish, you're, you know, a horse, it doesn't matter. We all want the same thing. Really, essentially, we all want the same thing. We want a nice, safe community to live in. We want to be able to afford a home. We want to have great schools for our kids. We want to have a job that can pay for that home, right? And pay for a vacation once or twice a year, right? We want to have a nice car, a reliable car, right? And we want to be in peace. Who doesn't want that? I don't care what color, what religion, what sex. We all want that. So why can't we freaking figure it out, folks? Why can't we figure it out already? Why? It's not hard. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I hear you. It's kind of like what states are doing. I think they judge you by party affiliation now. Yeah, it's true. And even me, like as a Democrat, now. But people always thought I was a Republican. That's the truth, I've never been a registered Republican, never. I was Democrat, then I went independent once I started being like, these party things is no bueno, and then because recently people suggested or advised me that it'd be better to pick a side. So I said, well, I'm going to pick the Democrats because it just seemed the numbers thing and all that, and I don't know. I thought people might judge me because people are very harsh on me when, because they think I'm a Republican. Some people, and it's really because some of my views are conservative. Because again, I think we all want the same things, right? I believe in traditional family values. Working hard, being independent. Doing for you. And I'm not saying I'm against social programs and stuff like that. No, they're very much needed. What I'm saying is I'm against the long-term dependency on these social programs, which to me only does damage to the individuals who are on the programs if they, on them. If you have a disability or something that affect, I get that. But I know in my experience with my family, there have been people who that's just what they did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with that. I think that, and I've been, my mother was, and I, we were homeless. We were living in a homeless shelter at one point, my mother and I, and so, and then she was on welfare and, and stuff like that, Section 8, and we needed it. And I thank God for that because that helped her get back on her feet. She got her job. She went to school, got a job. Then she moved out of Yonkers and she was scared because she was giving it all up. She was giving up the programs and everything, and it was going to be totally on her own, independent, a mother with 2 children, and it was a scary thing. And I just like, wow, how did she do that? Because at her age with 2 kids, I would have been, I don't even know how I would have done it, right? So, but she did, and she worked it hard, and here I am, like, I saw that, and I said, I'm going to take it to the next level, and then my kids, hopefully, God willing, they'll take it to the next level. But what happens is with, a dependency on the system, on, social programs, if you don't, work to get out of it, then you have a cycle, a generational cycle of just that dependency. And then you never break the cycle of poverty, and become somewhat independent, because we're not really always independent, but having certain financial freedoms and abilities to, to do certain things, that's a level of freedom that many, not often found. If you have to work every day, 10, 12 hours, and you have to because your bills are not going to get paid, so that's, a level, you don't have that freedom. You have to be somewhere all the time. So, I always encourage people to be independent, be entrepreneurs, or do something where you're going to be able to kind of, do things on your own terms. Right. And I think that was kind of very big for me and why I went into business, because I wanted just to be my own boss, to do whatever I want. And it's not easy. Actually, it's a pain, it's a lot more work. Actually, I work a lot more, but, I have a certain level of freedom. I could do what I want. So that's why I always encourage people, and so anyway, I believe that stuff. So people just think that I'm a Republican because of that, or he's a Republican. And because sometimes I don't agree with what the Democrats say. And I don't think you should always agree with what your party says just because you're from that party. I mean, that's groupthink, as my guest said last night. And groupthink is not good. We need independent thinkers. Right. We need new ideas, people that think of something from a different perspective, right? We can't just always all think the same and just regurgitate what we hear, especially on CNN, which is, right, they say the Democrat channel. So I don't always agree with that. Like even with the January 6th thing, I'll be honest with you. I don't believe what they're saying on those investigations. And a lot of people are like, oh, you a Trump supporter. No, it's not that. It's not that at all. I didn't vote for Trump. It's not that at all. And I'm not even a Republican. But I've seen footage, security footage. I've seen cell phone videos, stuff that they're not showing on mainstream TV. And that's why I don't watch it, because they do limit a lot of what they show there. So, I mean, this is actual security footage of people on the inside, staff, and the cops opening the door and waving people in. So why would you do that? Why would you open the door and wave people in? And then they're walking around with the people. Not all of them were fighting like that. There's a lot of videos of people just chilling with the cops, hanging out. They even at one point start praying together. Right? So like it just didn't make sense. And I believe that was a setup. I just believe that was a whole setup. They set the people in. Why didn't you have enough police officers? They said, oh, Trump was going to do it. Well, then why didn't you have enough security? Why didn't you have enough cops? Didn't make sense. And then they say, oh, if that was Black Lives Matter, if there were black people or whatever, they would have been killing them. Well, that's not necessarily true, because I can show you video of blacks and Hispanics tearing some stuff up and the cops are just looking at them. So, I mean, I just say, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Whatever the real is, let's just say what it is, right? Let's not just be biased and because, and I'm not saying that Trump is great or whatever, and, or whatever. I'm just saying that I've seen enough stuff to know that was a setup. Those poor people were set up. And why aren't the police officers that were beating the dead woman? Did you know that 4 people died? The only 4 people that died were part of the protesters, even though they only talk about that one cop who died the next day. That was actually from a medical condition he had. That had nothing to do with that. But they painted it on the media like he was killed that day, a cop. And that's not true. It was only 4 people, and all of them were protesters. And one of them was a woman who was shot in cold blood. It was the strangest thing. They had police with riot gear protecting the door. The protesters were staying back. They weren't moving. And then all of a sudden, for whatever strange reason, I got the video, it's crazy. The 4 cops with riot gear that had the rifles that were protecting that one door into the chamber, they just slid off. They just slid off, and you can see them sliding away and leaving the crowd. And then the crowd was left to the door by themselves. So that's when they just started breaking it. Again, there were nobody in there but police officer, Capitol Police, and some aides. All the elected officials were gone, right? So some dude breaks the window to the door, and then a woman sees that the window's broken. She went to go through it, and a freaking cop just shot her. And she wasn't even that close to him. That he was in no imminent danger. She didn't have a weapon or nothing, and he killed that poor woman in cold blood. Nobody says nothing about that. Why? Had that been a black man, and let's just be honest, there would have been all the talk. So that's what I don't understand. I don't like that, because I think we're all humans. We should all be cared for the same. And I'm not saying that, BLM or anyone who don't have legitimate they have legitimate arguments. But so did the people on January 6th. And in fact, people don't realize that the BLM protesters and the January 6th protesters have exactly the same thing in common, which is they're not hate, but they're, this disgust or dislike for the government. I don't understand why people all of a sudden are defending the elected officials. When you talk about an oppressive system and a system that's oppressing black people and Hispanics, this for my black and Hispanic people, so y'all can understand this, right? Those protesters that were there, they took it to the people that we need to take it to. For some reason, us, blacks and Hispanics, we just destroy our own neighborhood. Why? Take it to the people that's oppressing us. They are in the Capitol building. So I think they had a grievance with the government. They took it to the right place. We've had grievances as minorities with the government, but we've never taken it to the government. We just destroyed our own neighborhoods. right? Our neighborhoods. These people had grievance with the government. They flew into DC and took it to the government. And everyone who ever had an issue with the government should have been there. Any old blacks or, Hispanics, who have been oppressed, who whatever, should have been there. Because we all are fighting for the same cause and we don't even realize it. But they're keeping us divided by calling them white supremacists, calling them BLM, Black Lives Matter. Why do you think they use those type of words? It's for division. It's for division. And we fall for it every time. Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. And we fight each other. And we on social media insulting each other. When we on the same side. And we don't even realize it. It doesn't make sense to me, guys. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're being played by all of them. I was talking to an individual today who, for some reason, couldn't get that there was corruption happening in DC, but he sees the corruption here, but he didn't see the corruption in DC. I said, it's the same thing. It's just on a national level. You hate the Republicans, right? You're saying this and that, and you act like the Democrats ain't corrupt, and they wouldn't do that stuff, but they're doing it here. The majority of the officials here in Yonkers are Democrats. So all that stuff they doing on here in Yonkers, they just do it on a national level, on a bigger level. Democrats and Republicans, both sides are corrupt. Not everybody. I'm just saying both sides have corruption in it. So you can't argue each other over that. We cannot argue. You can't. If you're a Democrat, stop arguing with a Republican. If you're a Republican, stop arguing with a Democrat. Okay, you have differences on Roe versus Wade. Okay, fine. But keep it to yourselves. Everyone should be able to do what they want. You want to have an abortion, that's fine. That's your choice. I may not agree with it, but that's not my business. Right? Let that person's business. But then it also should not be called reproductive rights, because the right to reproduce, right, is not to have an abortion. So they play with words. Oh, I'm fighting for my reproductive rights. No one's stopping you from reproducing. I mean, it's not China where you're limited to one child, or maybe I don't know if they'd stop that, but they were limited to one child and they couldn't have a second one. Well, they should fight for reproductive rights. Fighting to be able to have an abortion, I don't know if that's reproductive rights, or maybe I'm not understanding it clearly, right? But whatever, either way, that's their business. That's whoever wants to do it business. And no one should be involved in that. You shouldn't. If you don't believe and don't agree with it, then continue not believing in it and agreeing with it and live your life. Right? That's just what I say. Because that's how I feel. I don't agree with it, but it ain't my business. And I can't tell somebody they can't do something. It ain't my business. You could do whatever you want, as long as you don't bother me. That's how we all should think. Do whatever you want, as long as you don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? All right? So that's all I'm saying. 100% correct. I mean, thank you. I wish my wife would say that to me. It's 3 now in China. They are increasing while we are. Why? They have so many people. It's crazy, right? Because they're planning to take over. They're going to be they already own America. This is what people don't even realize, man. Guys, I could sit here for hours and break it down to you. China owns America, not through, they bought so much real estate in America. They own so many of our big, buildings, famous buildings and stuff. Forget it. It's not even funny. They're invading us slowly by buying up real estate. That's a fact. That's a fact. I don't watch MSN either. I've seen the same footage. It's actually discussing what they bring. Why? Yeah. And then there's another video where they pull this one guy away from the crowd, and then there's like 12 cops just beating on the guy, Rodney King style. It's exactly like Rodney King, except it was 2021, right, when it happened, and they had yellow jackets on instead of black uniforms. They're beating the crap out of this one guy in a little area that they pulled him to the side. Is no matter what happened, right? Those cops should be in trouble for that. Okay, maybe if the people should be in trouble for going into the Capitol building or whatever, but still, that does not negate the fact that these cops beat a man Rodney King style. And I'm gonna post those videos. I think I did actually. All right, and they beat a dead woman. The woman was the police the crowd was not even aggressive at first. I can show you a video where the crowd is just there, and then the police, for whatever reason, threw a flashbang into the crowd, and that drove everybody nuts. That's when people started scaling the walls. So when they do the edits on the news, on Fox or MSN, or whatever, the CNN news and all that stuff, when they do the edits and they show people scaling the walls and all that, that's because the police shot a flashbang. It's one of those grenades that blows up and it has a bright light into the middle of the crowd, and then started pepper spraying everybody. They don't tell you that part, why people started going crazy. And what that happened is then a woman was trampled in all that craziness. She got trampled to death, and then the police are beating her with a baton as she lays on the floor dead. And then when people try to pull her out of there, they got beat with batons. But nobody's talking about that. Imagine that was your mother being beat after she was dead. Imagine that was your mother being shot in cold blood simply because she was protesting and going in through a window, something many, many other protesters did many, many times before. Did she deserve to be shot in cold blood? It's just crazy. It's just unbelievable, folks, what we don't see on the TV. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. So again, I'm not a hardcore Democrat. I'm not a hardcore Republican either, because my views, can go into both. Just me. I'm me. And this is what I like, and this is who I am. This is what I like to do. I believe in getting married, being with, your one person. That's why I've been with my wife 25 years, raising your kids. You know what I'm saying? If they want to go to college, great. If not, they got to do something. You're not going to live in my house till you're 25, 30. You better get it together, and getting them out there to work, maybe, starting businesses and stuff, or leaving my kids something so they can, break in the cycle of poverty. That's what I did. That was my number one goal. And I did that. And anyone can do that if you put your mind to it. Okay. You don't have to stay dependent on the system. You can actually do it. You can come from the hardest of hardest situations. And that's what I believe in. That doesn't make me a Republican. I'm Freddy Vazquez. That does make me up out of here. Have a good night, folks. Peace out.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vazquez.
Telling me, it's my son Ethan.
Let's get it popping.
Freddy wins.
I'm a Republican, just like John Rubo. Thank you, folks, for joining me. I'm Freddy Vazquez. You've been great. I appreciate the support. And hey, I'm not going to jail. You ain't going to find no kiddie porn up in my computers. And I don't know what else you're going to try to plant up on me, but I'm putting it out there. They're trying to put me in jail. So if you hear something, that's what it was. And I'm not suicidal, okay? I have never wanted to commit suicide. So if they try to say that, it wasn't suicide, folks. I'm not suicidal. Remember,